As you know if you watch this channel, there is so much going on here in Toronto, and probably the largest public transit project, which is also probably North America's largest transit project, is the complete rethinking of regional rail, which this video will provide a big update on. From upgraded stations, to many new grade separations, to the foundations quite literally for electrification, to more track, this incredible future network is being built everywhere all at once. Stepping back, this channel's bread and butter historically was construction updates, and while I still appreciate those, I think it's probably best I move on from crazy frequent updates on the minutiae of every project, given the size of my audience and the amount of videos that would require. So going forward, I'll make less videos with more in them, talking about a wide variety of projects going on here in Toronto. In the coming year and years, we will have a lot of new lines opening, and there will be lots of videos and coverage of those substantial discrete projects. I plan on making quite a few videos about the Eglinton Crosstown, for example. But with so many things going on, I'm likely going to consolidate all updates on smaller projects into single roundup videos like the one you're about to watch. So much is going on with the GO network, and not all of it can be covered in one video, but the natural place to start this big roundup is at Toronto Union Station, where the south platforms and concourse are being rebuilt to handle more frequent service. Inside the station, more stores are also opening up, which is exciting to see. This is all helping to make Union Station a destination in its own right and a pleasure even just to pass through. Heading east from Union, we travel along the Lakeshore East and Stouffville line, where you can see tons of work going on to widen the corridor in preparation for the Ontario Line subway, as well as quad tracking and a raising of the corridor, which will enable better clearances for streetcars and trucks on the streets below. Further along onto the Stouffville line, we get to our first station, Kennedy. Here we can see all the work going on for the Eglinton Crosstown has mostly wrapped up, with big new head houses and a bike parkade visible. We can also see the two regional rail platforms, which I expect to be quite well used for York and Scarborough residents who want to travel to Midtown, Downtown North, or U of T. These are also quite nice because they have the same design language as the canopies used on Line 5, a rare bit of rapid transit and regional rail design integration. Continuing north, we see progress on the double tracking of the Stouffville line, which, short of a few bridges and switches, feels mostly complete. Next up, we arrive at Agincourt, which has two almost complete looking curved platforms with new canopies, one of which wasn't previously here. The station also has a great looking new station building that's quite spacious, which includes bike parking and that reminds us of others like Bramalea. A nice touch is that there are also canopies over the stairs to Shepherd, which improves the connection, though there aren't bridges across the street, which we will see at our next station and should probably be eventually added. At Milliken, we see similar stuff to the other stations, with new platforms and canopies. There's also a new services building, which is basically done. While the small old station building here is being reused, there is the steel's grade separation, which added really nice bike lanes, vertical access to both platforms, excellent future bus connectivity, and bridges to cross the street, which will make accessing the adjacent malls and connecting across the wide road much easier. There's also a bunch of new trees which have been planted, which should be awesome once they grow larger. In many ways, this feels like the most modern regional rail station in the city, and a model for any station which is not a large hub. Our last stop on this line is Unionville, which is not super important today, mostly serving as a park and ride off of Highway 407. The station will become far more important as the primary rapid transit artery to the rapidly developing downtown Markham and the new York University campus here, which you can see in the background of some of these shots. The station has similar design features to others, with wildly improved paving and wayfinding, as well as better canopies and the like. But as the turnback point for frequent service on this line, it has 3 tracks and platforms, which is unique for this part of the corridor. This will probably make the station feel slightly more substantial in the future, as a bit of a hub for the densifying surrounding areas. The next line to check out is Barrie, and we got some good views of the Davenport Diamond project. This project is coming along nicely, and the guideway itself is nearly complete. Once tracks are installed, trains can start using it, which will definitely get a dedicated video because that is going to create quite the impressive view. That will of course also enable the removal of the existing at-grade track, which will mean the greenway construction can begin, which I personally find super exciting. I talked about this more in my recent Why I'm Staying in Toronto video. You can also see the new bridges here at the south end where the Bloor-Lansdowne station will be going. Heading north we get to Rutherford, which has had its renovation and expansion recently completed. There's a big parkade here, which is bad, but there's also enclosed bike parking, which is good. What's more is that everything is really well weather protected, meaning you can go from platform to the pickup drop-off area or the enhanced bus loop without having to get rained or snowed on. Like the Stouffville line stations, this station also has a grade separation at the nearby Rutherford Road, complete with a pedestrian bridge that's yet to be opened. As with the other stations we've been talking about, we have a new black-clad building with nice canopies over the platforms. But Rutherford also has an overbridge, which is unusual for a GO station, as well as room for a central passing track. We head next onto the Kitchener Corridor. A lot of work is coming soon to Bloor Station, but it really hasn't started yet, so we'll leave that for later. Passing north on the line, we go through Mount Dennis Station, which is a great place to see a lot of LRVs from Line 5 and is basically complete. The regional rail station here should open along with Line 5 whenever that happens, and has similar canopies to Kennedy naturally. At Weston, we can see the final 4th platform is basically done. This will enable more frequent GO service and is kind of unique because it doesn't have space for the Up Express, something which I think Bloor GO will have as its 4th platform was built with the station but without the 4th track installed. The Up Express is weird because its future is quite uncertain. That being said, it's cool to start seeing some more stations with 4 platforms on the network, of which this is one of only a handful. Further up the Kitchener Corridor, we can see the 401-409 tunnels. These have been basically complete for a while, and we covered them some time ago along with Weston. A future contract will add a 4th track in this section of corridor and lay track in the tunnels, which are currently blocked by Etobicoke North Station, which will be removed and replaced with Woodbine in the future. It will also reduce the number of tracks in the current right-of-way under the highway, allowing for higher speeds. The last thing for today is at Exhibition Station, at which the long constructed but never open north side entrance is finally open and in use, which is quite good to see. This station is going to become its own 4-platform hub in the future, and it will also have service and platforms for the Ontario line, so you can see lots of prep work going on here. As you can see, there is a ton of stuff going on across the GO network, and we'll have more updates for you in the future as more projects complete and get started, and as more services start running with this awesome new infrastructure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.